Welcome to Game Nations. In a world full of fast-paced action and high-stakes challenges, cozy games offer a refreshing escape, providing a calming, low-stress experience that lets you unwind and embrace the joy of simple pleasures. Here's a list of 40 cozy games that will transport you to idyllic worlds where you can take things at your own pace, indulge in self-care, and connect with lovely characters. Whether you're exploring forests, managing a farm, or discovering hidden gems in charming towns, these games offer the perfect mix of comfort and joy. A Space for the Unbound is a beautiful, story-driven adventure game developed by Indonesian studio Mojikan Studio and published by Tauhou Productions. It was officially released in January 2023. In late 1990s rural Indonesia, two high school students, Atma and Raya, are about to graduate. They dream of their future together, making a simple bucket list of all the small things they want to do, like watching movies, petting stray cats, and seeing the ocean. But something strange is happening in their town. Reality itself seems to be unraveling. People start acting out of character, mysterious supernatural events occur, and cracks between reality and imagination appear. Caravan SandWitch is a heartfelt, exploration-driven adventure game developed by the French indie studio Plaintoast and published by Dear Villagers. Released on September 12, 2024 for Nintendo Switch, you play as Sage, a young woman returning to the planet Sigalo, a once beautiful place now mostly abandoned and crumbling after environmental collapse. Years ago, Sage's sister Garance mysteriously disappeared on Sigalo, and now a strange signal suggests that she might still be alive. Sage jumps into her old caravan van and sets out across the dusty landscapes to find her. Along the way, she meets the scattered inhabitants of Sigalo, robots, Rainetos, an indigenous alien species, and humans, all of whom are trying to survive in their own way. Fire Tonight is a narrative puzzle game developed by Reptoid Games and published by Way Down Deep, released on August 12, 2021. In a city caught up in a sudden, uncontrollable fire, two young lovers, Maya and Devon, find themselves separated. They had been talking on the phone when the lines cut off, and now, Maya is determined to find her way across the burning city to reach Devon. You play mainly as Maya, navigating through streets, alleys, and rooftops, while the fire spreads and blocks paths. Along the way, you'll solve environmental puzzles to move forward. Meanwhile, Devon is stuck inside his apartment, isolated and unable to reach Maya. As he waits, he reflects on their relationship, the music they shared, the memories they built together, and the uncertainty of what the future holds.
As the mighty lamb, you have to tend to your flock, lead them, feed them, and build your small community into a thriving woodland cult.
Cult of the Lamb is a dark, whimsical action-adventure game, developed by Massive Monster and published by Devolver Digital. The game begins with the lamb being sacrificed by a group of religious zealots, but before its demise, the lamb is spared by the One Who Waits, a dark and ancient being imprisoned in the void. In exchange for its life, the lamb agrees to serve the One Who Waits and spread the faith, forming a cult that will grow and thrive. The lamb must venture into dangerous realms to defeat other powerful rogue cult leaders, known as the bishops, who control these realms and stand in the way of the lamb's mission.
And watch their faith and battle heretics, but righteous victory will be yours.
You will need to discover the joy that food brings to others and the memories.
Dragon Caffi is a cozy, open-world puzzle adventure game developed by D-Drake House Game Studio. Released on April 21, 2022, it's available on Steam and Nintendo Switch. Margot, the protagonist, is preparing for her final exams in baking, but she is not your typical baker. She's a fox spirit raised by dragons. Her adopted dragon family runs a famous bakery known throughout Aethwy, and Margot has been trained in the art of making the finest desserts. However, she still has a lot to learn before she can be considered a master baker herself. To complete her training, Margot must travel across different regions of Aethwy, gathering rare ingredients and perfecting her baking skills.
What the heck happened here?
Figment is a single-player action-adventure game developed by Bedtime Digital Games, released in 2017. The game offers a unique blend of storytelling, music, and puzzle-solving, set within the surreal landscape of the human mind. In Figment, players control Dusty, the personification of courage in the human mind. The narrative begins after a traumatic event, a car crash, that disrupts the mind's harmony. Dusty, once a vibrant and brave character, has become disheartened and withdrawn. Accompanied by Piper, a cheerful bird, Dusty embarks on a journey through various regions of the mind to confront and overcome manifestations of fear and doubt, aiming to restore balance and reclaim his former self. In Going Under, you play as Jacqueline Jackie Fiasco, an unpaid intern at Fizzle Beverages, a company recently acquired by the tech giant Cubicle. Jackie discovers that her workplace is built atop the ruins of failed startups, each filled with monsters. Tasked with clearing these dungeons and retrieving relics from the founders, Jackie delves into the depths of these corporate failures. As she progresses, Jackie uncovers a plot by her boss, Marv, who attempts to harness the power of the relics to boost productivity. After confronting Marv, Jackie learns that Fizzle has been shut down, and her co-workers begin transforming into aquatic-themed monsters. Haven is a romantic sci-fi game developed by the Game Bakers, released in December 2020. The game centers on U and K, two lovers who escape an authoritarian society to live freely on a mysterious planet named Source. U and K flee from the Apiary, a dystopian society that enforces arranged marriages, to be together on Source. Their ship, the Nest, is damaged upon arrival, prompting them to explore the planet for resources. As they delve deeper, they uncover the Apiary's past colonization of Source and the presence of a dangerous substance called rust. The couple faces challenges from the Apiary, including threats from U's former assigned spouse, Lord Azias. Players guide U and K through decisions that influence their fate, including the option to sever the connection between Source and the Apiary. Here Comes Niko is a cozy 3D platformer developed by Frog Vibes and published by Gears for Breakfast. Released on August 3, 2021, the game offers a laid-back adventure where players take on the role of Niko, an aspiring professional friend, helping quirky island residents with their problems to earn tokens for a train ride to their dream job at Tadpole. Niko has recently moved away from home and is attempting to land a job as a professional friend at Tadpole Inc. To prove their worth, Niko must travel across scenic islands, assisting the local inhabitants with various tasks. The gameplay revolves around making new friends, catching fish, solving puzzles, and completing challenges to earn tokens, which are used to progress the story. No Place Like Home is a post-apocalyptic farming simulator, developed by Chicken Launcher and published by Realms Distribution. Released in March 2022, the game offers a unique twist on the farming genre by setting the story on a polluted Earth after humanity has fled to Mars. No Place Like Home is set in a post-apocalyptic world where Earth has been abandoned by humanity due to pollution and environmental collapse. The game follows the story of Ellen Newland, a young woman who returns to Earth to visit her grandfather's farm, only to find it in disarray and overrun with trash. Ellen's grandfather, once a proud farmer, is missing, leaving behind only a rundown farm and a planet in need of help. Determined to find her grandfather and restore the farm, Ellen sets out on an adventure to clean up the planet.
New ones instead.
Tauhou Mystia's Izakaya is a fan-made restaurant management game set in the whimsical world of Gensokyo, part of the Tauhou project universe. Mystia dreams of running a successful izakaya and hosting a grand concert. However, her aspirations are disrupted when a ravenous customer, Yuyuko Saiguji, goes on an uncontrollable eating spree after consuming a mysterious fruit, leading to the destruction of Mystia's establishment. To rectify this, Yukari Yakumo uses Kaina Kamishirasawa's time-rewinding ability to send Mystia back, giving her a chance to rebuild her izakaya and hone her culinary skills to eventually satisfy Yuyuko's insatiable appetite. Hidden Through Time 2 is a charming hidden object game series developed by Rogueside. offering players a relaxing experience of finding cleverly concealed items across various hand-drawn eras. The series includes two main titles, Myths and Magic and Discovery. In Myths and Magic, players journey through four enchanting eras: Greek mythology, the Middle Ages, Arabian Nights, and the Magical 80s. Each era presents a series of levels with unique themes and narratives. For instance, the Middle Ages era follows a group of adventurers on a quest to defeat an evil necromancer, culminating in a climactic battle to end his reign of terror. A notable feature in this installment is the reality shift mechanic, allowing players to toggle between different states, such as day and night or summer and winter, within the same map.
Sweets to the fullest, Kirby gets rolling into a competition.
Kirby's Dream Buffet is a delightful party game developed by HAL Laboratory and published by Nintendo, available exclusively on the Nintendo Switch. Released on August 17, 2022. In Kirby's Dream Buffet, the narrative is lighthearted and whimsical. Kirby, eager to indulge in a delicious cake, encounters the magical Dream Fork, which unexpectedly shrinks him down to a miniature size. Now tiny, Kirby finds himself in a world of oversized sweets and must roll through various dessert-themed courses, competing to consume the most strawberries and become the biggest Kirby. While the game doesn't feature a traditional storyline, this charming premise sets the stage for the delightful chaos that ensues. States.
Or easily slip through walls with jelly. Use them at the right time to cream the competition. Reach the goal first, and you'll have a mountain of...
Last Time I Saw You is a narrative-driven adventure game developed by Maboroshi Artworks and published by Chorus Worldwide Games. Released on October 10, 2024. Set in a rural Japanese town during the late 1980s, you play as Ayumi, a 12-year-old boy experiencing recurring dreams about a mysterious girl. After a typhoon strikes the town, Ayumi becomes separated from his classmates and is attacked by shadowy spirits. The girl from his dreams appears, shielding him from harm. Determined to uncover the truth, Ayumi ventures into a nearby forest, long avoided by townspeople, where he meets the girl, who is revealed to be a forest spirit. She warns of an impending catastrophe and seeks Ayumi's help to prevent it. Animal Crossing: New Horizons is a real-time social simulation game developed by Nintendo for the Nintendo Switch. Released on March 20, 2020. In Animal Crossing: New Horizons, you assume the role of a customizable character who purchases a deserted island getaway package from Tom Nook's company, Nook Inc. Upon arrival, you find yourself on a sparsely populated island, accompanied by 2 animal villages and minimal infrastructure. Your primary objective is to develop the island into a thriving community by gathering resources, crafting tools and furniture, and attracting new residents. As you progress, you'll unlock various facilities such as the museum, shops, and the resident services building, transforming the island into a bustling locale. Ankora: Lost Days is a single-player survival adventure game developed by Chibig, set in the same universe as Summer in Mara and Dayland Pocket Planet. Released on September 15, 2022. You play as Mun, a young junior ranger from the Interstellar Patrol. During one of her first space missions, her ship is damaged by an unexpected meteor storm and crash lands on a remote, uncharted planet called Ankora. Mun survives the crash, but is now stranded, with no immediate way to contact home or repair her ship. Ankora is a beautiful but wild world, made up of many different biomes, forests, deserts, mountains, lakes, all full of strange creatures, harsh conditions, and untapped mysteries. The land itself is rugged, requiring you to build paths, craft tools, and terraform the terrain to continue your exploration. You play as Alba Singh, a young girl visiting her grandparents on the beautiful island of Pinar del Mar, a peaceful Mediterranean paradise full of wildlife. Alba looks forward to a relaxing holiday, but things quickly change when she discovers an injured dolphin trapped in litter on the beach. She rescues it, which sparks her mission to save the island's environment and protect its animals. Alba soon learns that the island's nature is in danger. The mayor plans to demolish the old nature reserve and build a giant luxury hotel in its place. He promises this will bring more tourism and money, but it would destroy habitats and displace the island's animals. Realizing she can't let this happen, Alba, along with her best friend Ines, decides to form a group called AIWRL, the Alba Island Wildlife Rescue League. Stardew Valley. You play as a character who is tired of their soul-crushing corporate job at a place called Joja Corporation. Years earlier, your character's late grandfather gave you a sealed letter, telling you to open it when life becomes overwhelming. One day, feeling hopeless at your desk, you open the letter. It contains a deed to a small, run-down farm in a distant place called Stardew Valley. Deciding to leave your city life behind, you move to the countryside to restore the farm and start a new, simpler life. When you arrive, you find the farm is overgrown with weeds, trees, and rocks. You have to clear the land, plant crops, raise animals, and slowly rebuild everything from scratch. Bilkins Folly is a delightful indie adventure game that combines the charm of classic point-and-click titles with puzzle-solving mechanics reminiscent of The Legend of Zelda and Monkey Island. Developed by Webisoft and published by Arma Game Studios, you play as Percival Percy Bilkins, a young treasure hunter who sets out to find his missing mother and grandfather. After a shipwreck, Percy is stranded on a series of mysterious islands, accompanied by his loyal dog, Drayton. Together they embark on a quest to reunite with family and uncover hidden treasures. The journey is filled with quirky characters, ancient puzzles, and a deep bond between Percy and Drayton that enhances the narrative. Bandle, a League of Legends story, is a cozy crafting RPG developed by Lazy Bear Games and published by Riot Forge. Set in the whimsical world of Bandle City, home to the Yordles, it offers a laid-back experience distinct from the high-stakes gameplay of the main League of Legends title. You play as a shy Yordle residing in Yarnville, an isolated island obsessed with all things knitting. After completing a 101-year-long apprenticeship, you venture out to attend a grand party in Bandle City. However, the festivities take a disastrous turn when the portal network connecting the floating islands of Bandle City collapses, causing chaos and separating friends and communities.
They farm and they garden, they fish and climb rocks. You think you're outdoorsy? You might lose that bet to Timo the Grove's greatest.
Cozy Grove is a tranquil life simulation game developed by Spryfox, where you play as a spirit scout aiding ghostly bears on a haunted, ever-changing island. Released in April 2021, it offers a relaxing, low-pressure experience reminiscent of Animal Crossing, with a unique twist. The story of Cozy Grove revolves around you, a spirit scout who has arrived on the mysterious haunted island of Cozy Grove. Here, your main mission is to help the local spirits, who are anthropomorphic bears, find peace and overcome their unfinished business. As a new spirit scout, you receive a mysterious task to aid these spirits and restore the island's vibrancy. You are tasked with helping the bear spirits on the island move on to the afterlife. Everdream Valley is a 2023 farming simulation game developed by Mooneaters and published by Galaxy Games and Untold Tales. The story of Everdream Valley follows a young child who visits their grandparents' farm for the summer. Upon arrival, the farm is in a state of disrepair, and it's up to the child to bring it back to life with the help of their grandparents. As they work to restore the farm, the child also learns the secrets of the land, encounters magical elements, and uncovers hidden stories within the valley. You, the main character, arrive at the farm for summer vacation, only to find it run down and abandoned. Your grandparents, who are supportive and knowledgeable, teach you how to take care of the land, animals, and crops, starting with basic farming skills. Garden Witch Life is a cozy life simulation game developed by Freetime Studio and published by SOEDESCO, released on September 12, 2024. The game invites players to step into the shoes of a witch who, after losing their job, relocates to a quaint island to start anew. The narrative begins with the protagonist, a city-dwelling witch, facing an unexpected career setback. Seeking a fresh start, they find themselves on Moonflower Island, where they discover a vacant treehouse surrounded by untamed land. With the guidance of the local cafe owner, May, the witch embarks on a journey to cultivate a magical food forest, fostering a harmonious community with the island's inhabitants. Reviving a neglected magical garden, cultivating a diverse array of plants and herbs essential for potion making and spellcasting. Haven Park is a cozy, open-world adventure game developed by Fabian Weibel and published by Moon Eye Studios, released on August 5, 2021. In Haven Park, players assume the role of Flint, a small yellow bird who inherits the responsibility of maintaining his grandmother's park. With his grandmother no longer able to care for the park, Flint sets out to restore the various campsites scattered across the island. The goal is to rebuild these areas by collecting resources, constructing amenities like tents and campfires, and fulfilling the unique wishes of visiting campers. As Flint works to bring life back to the park, he encounters whimsical characters and uncovers the island's hidden secrets. Players gather materials such as wood, metal, and fabric to repair and build structures at various campsites. Life in Willowdale. Farm Adventures is a charming farming simulation game developed by Mindscape and released in 2022. Set in the once thriving town of Willowdale, the game combines elements of farming, town building, and action-adventure. Willowdale, once a lively village, is in turmoil. The mayor's daughter Penny seeks to transform the town into a modern tourist resort, neglecting the countryside's charm. Animals have left due to lack of attention, and villagers no longer feel at home. Your uncle, the mayor, calls upon you to restore the town's former glory by setting up a lively farm, constructing buildings, and making friends with the colorful villagers. Your mission is to return the animals that have become feral and revitalize the community. Spirittea is a cozy, supernatural life simulation game developed by Cheesemaster Games and published by No More Robots. Released on November 13, 2023. You play as a writer who moves to a quiet countryside town looking for inspiration. But soon after arriving, you accidentally drink a special tea that lets you see spirits, invisible to everyone else. The town is full of these troubled spirits, who are causing mischief because they've been forgotten by the townsfolk. To help them, a cheeky cat spirit named Wanyan guides you to an old abandoned bathhouse. If you restore it, the spirits will have a place to relax and feel cared for again. Spirittea blends elements of life simulation and supernatural adventure, drawing comparisons to titles like Stardew Valley and Studio Ghibli's Spirited Away. Yoku's Island Express is a charming blend of pinball mechanics and open-world exploration, developed by Villa Gorilla and published by Team 17. Released in May 2018, you play as Yoku, a tiny, happy dung beetle who just arrived on the tropical paradise of Mokumana Island. Yoku's dream is simple: to enjoy the easy life while delivering mail as the island's new postmaster. But soon after arriving, Yoku discovers that the island's ancient guardian spirit, the god slug Mokuma, has been badly injured by a mysterious attacker. With Mokuma weakened, natural disasters start affecting the island and its quirky residents.
From a terrible fate.
Pine Hearts is a cozy narrative adventure game developed by Hyperluminal Games and published by Little Nook, released on May 23, 2024 for Nintendo Switch. In Pine Hearts, players step into the shoes of Tyke, who revisits the Pine Hearts Caravan Park with the goal of reaching the mountain's summit, a journey he and his father once planned but never completed. Upon arrival, Tyke discovers he's ill-equipped for the climb. To prepare, he assists the park's inhabitants, completing tasks and gathering necessary gear. As Tyke helps others, he uncovers teardrops, which unlock poignant memories of his time with his father, gradually revealing a heartfelt narrative about love, loss, and healing. You, the player, are traveling by airship to deliver an important item to Celestia, a town protected by the dragon Ventuswil. Before you arrive, bandits attack you. During the struggle, you're thrown overboard, falling from the sky. Miraculously, you land safely, right on top of Ventuswil herself. However, the fall causes amnesia. You can't remember who you are or why you came. When you awaken, there's confusion. Because of a series of misunderstandings, the people of Celestia believe you're the royal prince or princess who was supposed to come manage the town. Ventuswil, a kind-hearted but powerful dragon, tells you it's okay to stay and take care of Celestia.
And creativity.
In Fae Farm, you begin your adventure after being shipwrecked on the magical island of Azoria. You are rescued by Mayor Merit, who invites you to settle in and start a new life on a farm. With the help of Alaric, a wizard who gives you a magical staff, you learn about the island's mystical aspects and your role in restoring balance to Azoria. The island is full of magical creatures like Nepi, a dragon-like being, and the Wisp Mother, the island's guardian. However, the Wisp Mother's absence has led to dangerous phenomena like miasma, a harmful mist, blizzards, and volcanic eruptions. As you progress, you help these beings clear the mist and restore the Wisp Mother's presence, allowing both humans and magical creatures to live harmoniously again.
Add a drop or two of magic. And set off for adventure.
Tinykin is a charming 3D puzzle platformer developed by Splash Team and published by TinyBuild. Released on August 30th, 2022. Set in the distant future on the planet Aegis in the year 2748, the game follows Willowdale, an archaeologist who embarks on a mission to uncover humanity's origins. Upon discovering a mysterious signal, Willowdale crash lands on Earth, only to find himself shrunk to the size of a bug and trapped in a human-sized house that appears to be frozen in 1991. To return home, Willowdale must navigate the oversized house, interacting with its insect inhabitants, ants, mantises, dragonflies, and more, each having established their own societies within different rooms. Story of Seasons. Friends of Mineraltown is a charming farming simulation game where you inherit your late grandfather's farm in the quaint village of Mineraltown. As you work to restore the farm, you reconnect with old friends and build new relationships. The narrative begins with a flashback to your childhood, where you spent a summer visiting your grandfather's farm in Mineraltown. During your stay, you befriended a local child, and after parting ways, you promised to return someday. Years later, you receive the news of your grandfather's passing and decide to fulfill your promise by moving back to Mineraltown to take over his farm. The mayor offers you the farm under the condition that you restore it to its former glory, setting the stage for your journey of growth and community involvement. Hello Kitty Island Adventure is a cozy, open-world life simulation game developed by Sunblink Entertainment. Originally released on Apple Arcade in July 2023, the game begins with a plane malfunction, causing you and a group of Sanrio characters to crash land on a mysterious, uninhabited island. After the crash, you and your fellow survivors find yourselves stranded on the island, which was once a popular resort but is now abandoned and overgrown. The island's beauty has faded, and many of its structures are in disrepair. The main goal of the game is to restore the island and help the Sanrio characters find their way around the island while uncovering the mysteries of the place.
For leaving the froggy shore, they swap and hop, and shop and drop.
Time on Frog Island is a cozy, open-world adventure game where you play as a shipwrecked captain stranded on an island inhabited by friendly frogs. After a storm wrecks your ship, you find yourself on a mysterious island populated entirely by anthropomorphic frogs. The island is divided into different areas, each with its own set of challenges and inhabitants. To repair your boat, you must gather various items scattered across the island. However, these items are not freely given. Instead, you need to trade with the frog residents. The trading system is central to the gameplay. Each frog has a specific item they desire, and in return, they offer something you need. For example, an artist frog might require a specific color of paint, which you can obtain by helping another frog. This creates a chain of trades that encourages exploration and interaction with the island's inhabitants.
Amazing. So this is your world.
That's right. A whole nother world. Let's be off, shall we?
Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch is a captivating action role-playing game developed by Level 5 in collaboration with Studio Ghibli. Released in 2013, the narrative begins in the town of Motorville, where 13-year-old Oliver tragically loses his mother Allie in a car accident. Devastated by grief, Oliver's tears bring his doll to life, revealing it to be Drippy, a fairy from another world. Drippy explains that Oliver's mother was the soulmate of a great sage named Alicia in a parallel world. To restore his mother, Oliver must journey to this world and rescue Alicia from the clutches of the evil wizard Shadar. In the parallel world, Oliver discovers that Shadar has been causing despair by breaking people's hearts. To combat this, Oliver learns magic and befriends new allies, including Esther, the daughter of a sage, and Swain, a reformed thief. Together, they seek out the 4 great sages to help defeat Shadar. Sugardew Island. Your cozy farm shop is a charming indie farming simulation game developed and published by Rocaplay. Released digitally on March 7, 2025, for Nintendo Switch. Sugardew Island is a cozy farming simulation game developed by Rocaplay, released on March 7, 2025. The game invites players to restore harmony to a once thriving island by managing a farm shop, cultivating crops, and building relationships with the island's inhabitants. Long ago, Sugardew Island was a peaceful haven where humans, animals, and the mystical forest folk coexisted in harmony. At the heart of the island stood the Harmony Tree, a symbol of their unity. However, human greed led to an attempt to cut down the tree, disrupting the balance of nature. In response, thorny vines overtook the island, causing the animals and forest folk to flee, leaving the island abandoned and in decay. Amber Isle is a charming social simulation and shop management game developed by Ambertail Games and published by Team 17. The narrative begins with your character crash landing onto Amber Isle via a hot air balloon mishap, causing damage to the local shop. Mayor Clawsworth, a grumpy iguanodon, reluctantly allows you to take over the shop to repay the debt for the repairs. With the assistance of Maple, a peppy pteranodon courier, and Addy, a megalosaurus intern from the enigmatic Orb Corp, you embark on a journey to restore the island to its former glory. As you progress, you'll uncover the island's history and the underlying tensions between Orb Corp and the island's residents. Beacon Pines is a narrative adventure game developed by Hiding Spot Games and published by Fellow Traveler. Released on September 22, 2022 for Nintendo Switch. Set in the seemingly quaint town of Beacon Pines, the story follows 12-year-old Luca Van Horn, a deer boy grappling with the loss of his father and the mysterious disappearance of his mother. Living with his grandmother, Luca spends his days with his best friend Rollo Cotter, a liger, and later befriends Beck Mordwill, a newcomer to town. The trio uncovers unsettling secrets about their community, particularly surrounding the abandoned Valentine's fertilizer warehouse and the enigmatic company Perennial Harvest. Bloomtown. A Different Story is a narrative-driven JRPG developed by Lazy Bear Games and Different Sense Games, and published by Twin Sails Interactive. Released on September 24, 2024. Set in a seemingly idyllic 1960s American town, you play as Emily, a 12-year-old girl spending the summer with her younger brother, Chester, at their grandfather's house. However, the town of Bloomtown harbors dark secrets, children are disappearing, and nightmares are becoming reality. Emily discovers the Underside, a hidden world where demons personify the fears and vices of the townspeople. To combat these threats, she forms a pact with a mysterious figure, granting her the ability to summon and command demons. Celeste is a critically acclaimed 2D platformer developed by Maddie Makes Games, released in 2018 for multiple platforms including the Nintendo Switch. The game follows Madeline, a young woman who embarks on a journey to climb the enigmatic Celeste Mountain. This ascent is not merely physical, it's a metaphor for Madeline's internal struggle with anxiety, depression, and self-doubt. Early in her climb, Madeline encounters a manifestation of her inner turmoil, dubbed Badeline by the community. This darker version of herself embodies her fears and insecurities, often hindering her progress and challenging her resolve.